staying in Israel, the Dead Sea, one of the most popular travel destinations in the country. It's the lowest point on the planet. And for thousands of years, bathers have enjoyed floating in the super salty waters and rubbing the nutrient-rich mud on their skin. But the Dead Sea is disappearing. Its surface area has already shrunk by almost a third since the 60s. The Dead Sea Museum of Art now using expert and bold photography to document the gorgeous natural site before it's too late, including launching amid the COVID pandemic a new virtual way of experiencing the area. With us now is Ari Leon Fruchter, the founder of the Dead Sea Museum of Art. Ari, talk to me more about this Museum of Art, why you established it, what the goal is.
First of all, thank you so much for having me here with you in the studio. This is very exciting. So the Dead Sea Museum of Art is a way to really share the Dead Sea with the world in a way that's very different than what you have today. If someone who doesn't know the Dead Sea, who doesn't have the opportunity to come and visit it, they want to search online, today they're really going to find mostly commerce and propaganda. There's no real source of information about the Dead Sea. So I decided to create an initiative where, first of all, I think the Dead Sea is something that's just completely magical, something we need to preserve, not just for our generation, but for future generations to come. And unfortunately, you can't experience it anymore the same way that you must have experienced it back, maybe 5, 10 years ago because of the shrinking water levels, because of the sinkholes emerging. So I wanted to create an experience that will be there forever, something people could enjoy. And art, for me, is a natural form of giving people opportunity to actually enjoy it.
And what is the connection also with Spencer Tunick and the incredible work he is doing?
So my passion is art. First of all, I'm an art collector. My family were founders of the Israel Museum. I'm on the board of the Tel Aviv Museum of Art. And about 13 years ago, when I made Aliyah, I was working with the Tel Aviv Museum of Art. Mati Omer asked me which artists am I in touch with and who I could potentially bring to Israel to do a project. So my first name was Spencer Tunick. He's someone that I've known for 30 years in New York. I helped launch his career. And he's someone who actually is Jewish and really loves and cares about Israel. And he told me that his life dream would be to come to Israel and do a large-scale installation. And the first choice was the Dead Sea. We scouted locations. We actually helped the Dead Sea be designated as one of the 8 wonders of nature in the world. So in 2011, I brought him here. We did a shoot with 1,200 people floating naked in the Dead Sea. It was something that was broadly seen by about 500 million people in the mass media. But unfortunately, afterwards, about 5 years later, that location, which was Mineral Beach, completely collapsed into a sinkhole. So I brought Spencer Tunick back to Israel, did another installation kind of highlighting the sinkhole issues. And since then, we've been in touch about what could be next. And he kind of inspired me about the idea of thinking bigger and creating a museum for the Dead Sea.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's life imitating art, imitating life. This area that was used for this eye-opening, well-received exhibition, the photography exhibition, itself disappearing, part of the shrinking surface area of the sea. I know you have this new campaign, the Head Start campaign, that is coming to a close. Tell me why this is such an important fundraising campaign and how it is serving this mission.
Sure. So when we started with the idea of creating a virtual museum, something that everyone around the world could enjoy. Obviously, the designs that you're seeing were things that were done in fantasy. We can't actually create that. We're not going to have a museum floating in the Dead Sea. But we did an international photo competition, was very successful with 15,000 entries. We launched a first exhibition in the virtual museum, but we also launched a physical exhibition in Arad. I've been able to partner with the mayor of Arad, Nissan Ben Hamo, who really loves what we've done, kind of rebranding the city as a gateway to the Dead Sea. And what we're doing now is he's actually designated 22 dunam, or about 5.5 acres of land, to actually build a physical museum. So the Head Start campaign is actually serving 2 purposes. First and foremost, we're raising money to help bring Spencer Tunick back to Israel. He's going to be coming on October 17th to do another large-scale installation in Arad to promote the Dead Sea Museum project. The second thing is we're raising funds to actually pay the architects, the same architects who did the virtual museum, to actually start doing site-specific plans and budget for the physical museum. I can't go around the world and raise real money until I actually have site-specific plans and their budget. So that's kind of the next stage in the project. And I wanted to have the Israeli public be a part of it. So Head Start's been an amazing platform. This is something that anyone in Israel, around the world, that feels strongly about the Dead Sea, they could actually contribute as little as $15 to help the Dead Sea by creating something that is going to create awareness with Spencer Tunick, also something physical that will be there for the generations to come.
He's coming back soon, another incredible installation, a project in the months to come.
Correct, yeah. October 17th is a date for him to actually do the installation in Arad, and it's in partnership with the city of Arad and also the Ministry of Tourism.
Yeah, incredible work that you're doing to raise awareness of the Dead Sea, promote its heritage, its beauty, and also raise awareness on the very important, urgent issue of the disappearing water and surface area. Ari, thank you so much for being with us. Good luck with the Head Start campaign, and thanks for being with us on the Zoom In Show.
My pleasure. Thank you. Before I leave, let me leave you with a Dead Sea magnet.
I love a magnet. I have a lot of photos to put on the fridge, so thank you so much, Ari. Great to have you.
And one last thing. And here's
the cash in there. I'll take the cash.
A Dead Sea card as well.
A Dead Sea card. Thank you so much, Ari. Great to have you on the Zoom In Show. Appreciate it.
Likewise.